Alright, let's talk about the April Fool's Day remake. And I want to talk about the original, and I'm surprised I haven't, honestly, because the original April Fool's Day from 1986, I really, really dig. It's actually a really underrated horror movie from the 80s. An underrated slasher movie because I guess I'll spoil it here because it is the same ending basically to this one. So spoilers for both of them, but in the original April Fool's Day, nobody died. It was literally an April Fool's Day joke where literally it's a slasher until the end and then you realize nobody's dead. That was such a clever thing to do in the 80s during this giant slasher craze. Like, that's really cool, and I really did dig the first one. Now let's talk about the remake, which is not I'd say it's not good, it's not terrible, definitely not good, but the April Fool's Day remake, just really, really nothing really of note to talk about except for a few things. Like, more negative than positive, unfortunately. Like, I think overall, it's pretty boring. It's pretty boring because these characters aren't that interesting with the actors, even though I do really love Scout Taylor Compton. She can't even save this, really. It's like, there's not much to go on, and it sucks in that aspect. And the movie itself looks like a porno. It really does. It looks very much like a porn. The way it's shot, it looks very amateurish. And since it is like the first one where nobody dies, and I thought that everybody did. I thought that before I saw this, I thought that it was different, in which this was an actual movie where people get killed, but apparently not. And it just, I don't know, like, it really didn't do much, and like, it's just really just nothing really of note. It like starts out with those group of friends and one girl, the main girl, who's like kind of the stuck-up girl, Desiree, and her friends, like this girl Milan and this other guy, are fooling around in a room upstairs during this party. They have the door halfway cracked open, and all their friends are watching them fool around, and they don't even hear them because these friends are literally talking at level where anybody could hear them around them, and the people fooling around have the door open, and they don't realize that they're right there. Like, that's really dumb. But like, I just was like, okay, that's really silly. But then Milan, the girl, she has headaches, and then because I think she was roofied, so she has a spasm and like falls off of this balcony and dies, and then it's just basically these characters going off and just dying, even though they're not really dead. And it's like somebody's blackmailing the group. Like, what's going on? Like there's something else going on as well. And there's really nothing else to note to talk about besides the ending. So this is going to be a really short video, but I wanted to talk about the ending because this did do a really cool second twist. Because in the original one, like, nobody dies. I like that they did that in this too, where like you realize, oh, it's a joke, and Scout Taylor Compton's character has a real gun, not loaded. She points it at Desiree, but then it's actually loaded, and she shoots her in the head. So there's a character that actually does die, and that main character, Desiree, is killed, and then everybody's reaction, including mine, is just like, what the fuck? Like, that was a legit good surprise in the movie. That actually really got me, because I thought that how the movie went, it's like, it's going to do the exact same thing as the ending, which I was fine with, like the ending like the first one. But that was a great double twist, where it's like, oh, we all faked it, but then this fake gun Scout Taylor Compton has, she actually shot Desiree, like, in the head and killed her. And it makes the other brother character, whatever his name is, these characters' names are really forgettable, except for Desiree and Milan. Like, those are weird names. But like, the brother character at the end has got like a weird look on his face after the court hearing, about the murder because they didn't know there was real ammunition in that gun. So the brother at the end has like a weird look at the camera, like, oh, does that mean he's got, it's like something's gonna happen? But nothing, because we didn't get a sequel to this. Honestly, why would we? And I think, was this direct to video? I feel like it's got so many pictures on it. I don't know, but like I said, this really reeks of direct to video, like TV movie. But that's not to say like it's the worst thing ever. It's not. It's just pretty average. Nothing really of note besides the fact of the ending. Like, all the characters are what they are. They're not anything super interesting. There's a lot of silly shit that's dumb, but then I like that double twist, and that's honestly the only positive I can give it, was that second twist. Like, that was really cool. But besides that, really, it's just overall really just completely forgettable and really very much direct-to-video quality.